Welcome back to the Charles in Charge Cowboys Sports Report. I said I'd go live today. I tried about 5 minutes ago, but it's way too late. Either people are asleep or partying. It's almost damn near 2 a.m. Central Time, my time. I really wanted to go live shortly after the Eagles game, but my wife and holidays, being it's New Year's Eve, it was just too much going on. Last night's live show was great. A lot of people jumped in. One of my best live shows yet for a young show that's up and coming. But to the Eagles trolls out there who were on the show last night, did I tell you or did I tell you? First off, if y'all have not subscribed to this show, this channel, I implore you hit that red subscribe button. It's free. It costs you nothing. And if anything, it's a free investment. Because this show, Cowboys Sports Report by Charles in Charge, in time, I don't know if I'll ever hit 100,000 or, but it'll be to the likes of, Law Nation, Mark Holmes, Mike Fisher. It'll be one of those shows you look forward to watching. Being that it's a new show right now and I've got a lot going on, family, whatnot, I can't cut videos every day or 4 times a day like Mark Holmes does. I'm not a journalist. I'm not Mike Fisher. I don't work for SI. I don't go to the store every day. So, if you want facts and stuff like that, you go watch Mike Fisher because he knows, what's going on. If you want fan talk, Cowboys fan talk, NFL talk, I can talk about the Cowboys all day, but I can also talk about other teams and the NFL in general. My first game was Super Bowl 28 versus Buffalo. That night, I don't know why, no rhyme, no reason, I fell in love with the star, since enough bled silver and blue. 37 years old now. And the Jimmy Johnson curse has been lifted. It's been lifted. That halftime was very moving. Troy Aikman coming down from the booth. The playmaker out there, Emmitt Smith. The triplets with him. Everybody from the Ring of Honor out there that's still alive. Put Jimmy in the Ring of Honor. We pull out that game against the Lions. Stout Lions team. Wanting that 2 seed really bad. Beat them by 1 point, and I'll take that. I'll take that 1 point win. Just like Dominic Toretto said in the first Fast and the Furious back in 2000. Ask any racer, any real racer. It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning. Right? Yeah, so it doesn't matter if we win 40-0 or if we win 20-19. It still winds up as a W in the win column. Just like it don't matter if we lose by 42-10 or if we lose 22-20. It's still an L in the L column. Even, week 9, even though we outplayed Philly, should have beat them, they had more points than we did. So we got the L, they got the W. But now, Philly, after their last 5 games, they've dropped 4 of the last 5 games. Got hammered by San Fran, hammered by us. Went to Seattle, got beat by backup quarterback Drew Lock, who they allowed 92-yard game-winning touchdown drive. Last week against the Giants, it was a 2-point game in the fourth quarter, 20-18. They get 6 more points. They win by 8, barely get by. And last night on the show, Nitro .25 or whatever his name is, a Philly fan, I was asking him, you cannot tell me that last week you were not sweating bullets when Adoree Jackson took that ball back to the house after Jalen Hurts threw it, that pick 6. And it was a 2-point game. You cannot tell me that it was getting into the fans and the players' heads. Here we go again. And I was surprised they won that game. Today, seeing the score, I was up until about 5 a.m. last night. I was so wired from the game, doing the post-game show, everything. So I freaking woke up around 3:30. I was like, damn, man, I missed the Eagles game. Look up NFL.com, scrolling down. See Cardinals 35, Eagles 31. Now, boom, man. What a way to bring in the new year. The number 2 seed in our hands. and we go to the Capitol. We don't know what day or what time. Week 18 is TBD. They should let, I think, tomorrow, the next day. We'll know the schedules. Now, hopefully we play Saturday again. Hopefully we play Saturday. If we play Saturday, and then our playoff game is Saturday also, that's fine because that's a regular 7-day week. Or if our playoff game is Sunday, then that's an 8-day week. I don't want a Monday night wild card playoff game again and then have us turn around and play Saturday. That is a short week. So I think the best outcome would be for us to be matched up against Washington Saturday, and then we play the 7 seed Wildcard Weekend the following Saturday. So therefore, we beat down the 7 seed at home, whoever it may be. Then in the second round, we'll at least, if we're booked for the Saturday game and the divisional round, we'll at least have a full week. If we're playing Sunday, then we have an 8-day week. That's a big plus. An extra day goes an extra mile. It really does. Now, there's a good chance that the Eagles, who were imploding completely, as you saw A.J. Brown walk off the field shaking his head, he's a disgruntled wide receiver right now. I was comparing him to Terrell Owens in 2005, but he's not there yet. He's getting there, but he's not there yet. Jalen Hurts, throwing people under the bus but not naming names in the post-game press conference, saying everything but calling out the coaches, calling them out but not, calling him out in a certain way. And then 2 weeks ago, Darius Slay going on social media talking about how bad the defense is, and it's not him. He's doing his job. He's playing great. Everybody else needs to step up the game. They're slacking. And then he opts for knee surgery that'll keep him out at least 4 weeks. He might make it back for Wildcard Weekend. So that team is imploding right now. Nick Sirianni is losing that locker room. You lose 4 out of 5 games with all that talent. I mean, you talking about Mailata, Dickerson, Kelsey, Cam Jurgens, Lane Johnson, your offensive line. You're talking about DeAndre Swift and Boston Scott and Gainwell as your running backs. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and the Speedster Watkins as your receivers. Dallas Goedert as your star tight end. Jalen Hurts. Very good quarterback. The Eagles, even without Darius Slay. Avonte Maddox came back to play today, although he left the game late. But he did play today. So today they did have Avonte Maddox, their slot corner. Had Bradbury, their second corner. Still have Kevin Byard, who they traded for. Still have Darius Leonard, who they traded for. At linebacker, who is better than Nakobe Dean, even after, all his injuries that he's had this last year. And in that front, that front of the Eagles defense, they still have Fletcher Cox, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Josh Sweat, Hassan Reddick, Brandon Graham. They still have all them cats. And for some reason, that defense cannot stop anything. Going into Philly's bye week, after they beat us, they went to the bye week, right? No. I think they did. I don't remember when the bye week was. Or what game they played before the bye week. But they go into the bye week. Before coming out of the bye week, going into it, they were allowing 66 yards a game on the ground for the other team. Defense was not letting the opposing team run the ball on them. they were allowing 66 yards a game on average. They were just stopping that run. Jordan Davis, Fletcher Cox, they were just stuffing that middle. The Brandon Graham and company setting the edge. You couldn't run on them. Couldn't run on Philly. You could pass on them. We all knew that, but you couldn't run on them. They go into the bye week. Same week, KC goes into the bye week. And then they play that Monday night game. And for some reason, Philly's run defense disappears. Kansas City runs for $150 on them, even though in a losing effort because 6 drop balls. The next week, overtime game against Buffalo, where Buffalo blew that one. Buffalo runs for like 146 on that defense. Then they play San Fran. San Fran runs for about $150. They play us. We run for like $136 on them, and we're not very good at running the football right now. We ran for $136 on that defense, and then they go to Seattle. Kenneth Gainwell runs all over them. Giants come to town. Saquon Barkley has a nice game today. Arizona ran for 221 on that defense. They gassed us in a run game week 3. They gashed them in a run game week 17 big time. That Arizona offense had 449 total yards. 228 in the air, 221 on the ground. That is a balanced attack. Balance. That is almost equal yardage through the air and on the ground. Averaging 6.2 yards a play. They were 50% on third down, 5 of 10. 32 first downs. That offense had 32 first downs on that Philly defense. 4th downs, they were 2 for 2. And they had 39 minutes, 39 seconds time of possession. Arizona Cardinals did. Now it shows you that Philly still does have talent. Because being that Philly only had 20 minutes and 21 seconds time of possession, they did take a late lead. They were up 21-6 at halftime. And just, how the hell do you blow that? At home. Up 21-6 at halftime. Supposedly the best offensive line in the league. A great run game whenever you run, but not so much. Philly's offense, 275 total yards. They only had 184 through the air. Only 91 yards rushing Philly had. 91 yards against Arizona's defensive front, which is not very scary. They were 4 of 9 on third down. Only had 17 first downs. And one of the touchdowns was that big pick 6. So they scored 31. Offense truly scored 24. That they had that pick 6. It was like 99 yards or whatnot. 4th down, they were 1 for 1. They go with 3 points. Give Arizona the ball. Can't stop them. Arizona, punches it in. Kyler Murray goes 25 of 31 for 232, 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. Anybody can carve up that secondary. Like I said, from week one, Mac Jones carved up that secondary. That was week 1. And even now, their secondary cannot stop anybody, even with Kevin Byard, the 3-time first team All-Pro free safety. It's like the trade never even happened. It's like the Darius Leonard signing never even happened. And Darius Leonard, you made a mistake. You chose the wrong team. You should have chosen the star. You want to resurrect your career, get noticed late this season, so in the off season you can get a nice bag from a new team. That happens in the star. And if you're ring chasing, that's a toss-up. So you might as well go, to the star where the ring chase is equal, if not more, on our side. And you'll be in the spotlight. And Dan Quinn would have probably put you in the best position to be in. Philly's defensive coordinator is horrible. I mean, he's like Mike Nolan was for us in 2020. Just horrible. Dan Quinn would have put you in a position to be a nice run-stopping linebacker. Where Marquise Bell getting pushed around at Buffalo, that wouldn't have been you. You would have been shedding blocks, getting to, the running back. You chose the wrong team, Leonard. You reap what you sow. After this season ends, your stock is dropping. You'll probably, get signed to a team, but it won't be for what you would want. I can guarantee you that. But they have Kevin Byard. They have all these names on defense. But that's all it is, a bunch of names. They're not a unit. And Nick Sirianni has lost this locker room. Losing their OC and their DC in the offseason really took a toll. Losing 5 starters on that defense from last year took its toll. And I said all offseason how big that was. And people like LeVar Arrington and whatnot. Oh, no, not him. That one analyst used to play linebacker for the Jets. Bart Scott, yeah. When, somebody told him, Philly lost 5 of their starters on defense from last season, and the defense wasn't that good anyways, and they lose 5 starters. His comeback was, yeah, but they replaced them with better talent. So you're going to tell me that Jalen Carter's better than Javon Hargrave? Carter is very good right now, yes, but he's not better than Hargrave at this point in their careers. No. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson led the league in picks last year. Kevin Byard's a good free safety. If anything, you might say they could be equal, but right now CJG is playing a little bit better than he is. And going into the season before that trade, it was Reed Blankenship and Terrell Edmonds at safety. And then they lose TJ Edwards, their monster linebacker, at 159 tackles. They think Nakobe Dean was going to come in and be that linebacker. He's not. So it was, Hargrave, Edwards, CJG, Marcus Epps, their strong safety they lost. Tried to replace with Terrell Edmonds, Reed Blankenship. He was pretty good safety. And the other one was Kazir White, the other linebacker. Nicholas Morrow pretty much replaced him all right. They lose right guard Isaac Samalu, replacing him with Cam Jerkins, but Samalu was a better right guard, playing good for Pittsburgh right now. And Miles Sanders walked also. The trade for DeAndre Swift was pretty good. Miles Sanders had a career year last season. DeAndre Swift is starting to break down now. This is a point in the season. I mean, he's never really played a full season like he has this season. If you notice, he is starting to slow up, starting to break down. It's not the same guy he was first half of the year. And it was just a matter of time because we saw this happening. We saw us trending upwards. We were playing well. We won 5 in a row, even though, 3 of those 5 were against teams with a losing record. But we beat Seattle at home in a slugfest, came out on top. Then we stomped Philly when they came to our house. Went to Buffalo with a big head, coming off a big victory. Got humbled. Played against a very good Miami team that's healthy. Lost by 2 points. I mean, it was a very valiant effort. Good game. Didn't get our ass kicked, nothing like that. I mean, we really outplayed Miami, but like I said, all that matters is the score. So it counts as a loss. But we played very good on the road there in Florida. So this is best case scenario. San Fran clinched number 1 seed today by beating Washington. They beat them 27-10. You would have thought that San Fran would have beat them worse. You know what I mean? Just because of the talent discrepancy. But and I was in Washington, so if we go to Washington and win the game 17-10, and it's a close game, that is what it is. It just seems like this season on the road, we're not the best. But I would like to have the game wrapped up by halftime and have Dak and the starters sit, 5 minutes into the third quarter. Just duplicate Thanksgiving first half, And if we get up by 17 or 21 points, then even if we're up 21 points in the second quarter, then start putting in the backups one by one. First, take that 77, take him out. Tyler probably won't play with that foot. I don't know the extent of that foot injury. Hopefully it's not bad. But, he has a whole week to, get over it. He was able to walk. Had it been a playoff game, he would have been back in there. And then slowly pull the starters. So, we don't have any injuries. And then we go into Wildcard Weekend fully healthy. Jonathan Hankins should be 100% come January 15th or 16th. That's Wildcard Weekend right there. And then having Hankins back will make a huge difference on this defense and in the run game. Him and Tank Lawrence are two. Tank Lawrence we drafted him in 2014, as a pass rusher, and he was a good pass rusher his first 5 years. Then he developed into this run-stopping defensive end that just wreaks havoc. He can still get to the quarterback, too. He can still rush faster, but he is the best run-stopping defensive end in the NFL. Tank Lawrence brings a lot to this defense, and he gets paid a lot of money, but it is warranted. Mike McCarthy's clock management needs to be addressed, because against Detroit, the Lions should have had like 55 seconds to drive the length of the field, opposed to 1:41. Why Mike chose to keep throwing it instead of just run the ball, 3 times, or if you're going to have a pass play, make sure the guy's open. If you don't, Dak run to the line of scrimmage and just fall down, keep the clock running. So then on third down, whenever the play ends, the clock keeps ticking, and then we call our timeout, kick the field goal. I don't believe with 55 seconds they'd have been able to get down there, but with 1:41, as 46 seconds more, they scored with 23 seconds left on the board. So, and the game before that, Miami, his clock management, fourth quarter, not good. I would like to see more hurry-up offense, because Dak Prescott is good in a 2-minute offense. Just every now and then, have a hurry-up offense on a drive. You know what I mean? Throw the defense off. Dak is very good at that. Always has been. And he's getting more comfortable in this West Coast scheme. And like I said last night, if CD doesn't fumble the ball into the end zone for a touchback and we go 14-3, then that game most likely snowballs in our favor, and it's more of a dominating win opposed to the breathtaker it was last night. I'm surprised I'm alive today. I almost had 3 heart attacks last night watching that game, or 2 nights ago, technically. My first goal is to hit 500, guys. I'm at 378. By the end of the season, with y'all's help, I can reach 500. Man, if y'all hit that red subscribe button, I implore you, you will not regret it. I bring 100% to the table every time I cut a video or go live. And then when I hit 1,000, I'll really be able to start putting back in this channel studio equipment, sound bites, a desktop. I have a laptop. I just got a desktop to link to this laptop so I can have film and graphics on this show, and a call-in line, just like Law Nation has. He's the one that inspired me to start my own thing. I don't know why he's the only one that has a call-in line. It's like that's uber important if you're going to do a live show and have a big crowd. People want to, have their opinion heard, pre-game, post-game, during the week, what they thought about the draft. free agency, everything. Phone line is essential, and I will have that. This show will be a show. It'll turn into a gem. I guarantee you that. I've got 30 years on this team. I played my entire youth, been a student of the game my entire life. I have a Rolodex in my head that would freak you out. You ask me a question about the 2006 season. I can give you certain details about certain weeks and games. Ask me about the 03 season. I can tell you exactly from start to finish what happened in the 2003 season, the first year that we had Bill Parcells. Parcells, who had Quincy Carter at quarterback, Troy Hambrick at running back, and won 10 games. And, made it to the playoffs. Ever since that first game I saw, I just bled silver in my mind. That silver, they say your blood's blue in your body. When oxygen hits it's red. Whatever. Then, if that's true, then the silver, came into the blood because my blood was already blue. But I live and die with every game, man. What a Happy New Year gift. We control our own destiny. Seed number 2 is the perfect gift. Of course, everybody strives for the 1 seed, but the 2 seed, it's not what it was before where you get a bye week, but you play the 7th seed, which is a team that wouldn't have gotten into the playoffs before they changed the playoff format up. So, you do have to play, but being that you play in the 7th seed, you're expected to win without a problem. So, Green Bay won tonight, so I believe Green Bay would be the 7th seed as of right now. Being that I'm not on my laptop, I don't know. I would, as far as the 7th seed, who would y'all want to face? Seattle was the 7th seed before the Sunday night game. I really don't want Seattle to be the 7th seed and come back, to our stadium. They gave us somewhere for our money. That team is very dangerous. Especially if they're clicking. If DK, Tyler, and JSN with Gino is clicking, with Kenneth Walker didn't play when they played us, and they had an 8-point lead on us in the third quarter. Now Dak did carve him up, but I would rather have a Green Bay or a Minnesota, as round 1, not Seattle. But really, that's just my thoughts, Being if Dan Quinn plays Seattle again in a wildcard round, he'll know what he did wrong in the first matchup, allowing 35 points, and I'm pretty sure he'll atone and adjust. But, Pete Carroll, vice versa, very good head coach right there. But we've got 16 straight at home. And the record, as you know, is 18 from 79 to 81 under Tom Landry. If we can match that home winning record 18 in a row, if we can do that, that'll mean that we've made it to the NFC Championship game, which will probably be in San Francisco. But since Jimmy Johnson's curse has been lifted, what if San Fran gets bounced round 2? Philly is the 5 seed. Rams are the 6 seed. We'll see who the 7 seed is. I'm more than confident round 1 will take out whoever the 7 seed is. Philly's going to play the winner of the NFC South. Can Philly pull that game out on the road? I really don't think so. Especially if you get Tampa Bay, New Orleans. It's going to be one of those 2 teams. Atlanta lost today against a bad team. I don't think so. So then that would leave the Rams playing Detroit. The Rams can beat the Lions. They can. And if they did that, this is all just speculation. And, if the 6 seed beat the 3 seed, and then, all the division winners won their games, then the Rams would go play San Fran. They beat the Lions. They go play San Fran, and we would play the Tampa or New Orleans winner of the NFC South, assuming they beat Philly, which I don't think. I believe Philly be one and done. So, yeah, that'd be a pretty good playoff schedule right there. Play the 7 seed, being Green Bay or whoever, and then round 2 play Tampa Bay or New Orleans at home. That's beautiful, and then the Rams, could shock the world and knock off San Fran in round 2. You never know, and then that would give us home field throughout the entire NFC playoffs. But my mind is just wandering now. But we got what we needed. We control our own destiny for the 2 seed. Let's make it 18 in a row at home, guys. And if San Fran gets bounced, par se, let's make it 19 in a row and break the record. Y'all know what that lead to. Guys, subscribe, like, and please share this content. I'll hit y'all up this week. Y'all have a happy New Year's. Enjoy y'all's day tomorrow, or today, I should say. And, man, what a gift. Philly was reeling, and I saw it coming a mile away. All we got to do is handle our business at Washington, no matter what. And it cannot be like last year's Week 18 at Washington. But we didn't really come out there to try. We knew Philly was going to squash the Giants. San Fran was going to do the same thing. But this is different. We know if we win, automatically we have the 2 seed. So, that's our best path to get to the NFC Championship game that we've had in a long time. Better than 2016 1 seed. This position that we're in now, because this team is better. We ain't been in the championship game since I was in 3rd grade. It's about damn time we get back there. So let's take care of business at Washington, and then be at home in the playoffs. Here we go! So the offense can hear the cadence. And, man, if it's a Cowboy Niners NFC Championship game, whoa. You got the 1981 championship game with the catch. Then you got the 3 in a row in the 90s, 92, 93, 94. And then, man, it would be iconic. The game would be iconic. It wouldn't be a Week 5 game. It'd be, a different Cowboy team playing this Niner team, especially with 2 playoff wins under our belts. And the best, path would be playing at Green Bay, or a team like that in the first round, and then playing the 4th seed in the second round, Tampa Bay or New Orleans at home, which we can wax either one of those 2 teams. I'm very confident in that. Oh, man. Oh, love this. Football season's great. When football season is out of season, we got to wait 7 months. It's tough. All right, guys, I'm going to let y'all go. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, that like button. Helps the video get viewed more, basically. And please share this content, guys. I'll catch y'all soon. Charles and Charge is out.